There was a boy named Jake who was known as one of the wealthiest kids in school. Jake's family had more money than he could count, and he loved flaunting it. Jake was used to getting attention, and he liked when people noticed. Then one day, a new kid named Ben joined Jake's class. Ben was quiet and didn't draw much attention, except for his clothes. Ben wore an old, oversized uniform that looked faded from too many washes, and his shoes had clearly seen better days. They were scuffed and worn. Hey, Ben, he sneered. Did you time travel here from the last century? Those shoes are so old, they should be in a museum. The other kids giggled as Jake continued. Or maybe your family's saving money by wearing hand-me-downs? Ben's face turned red, but he just looked away, refusing to react. Jake took this as encouragement, and for the next few days, he made it his mission to make fun of Ben's shoes and uniform at every chance he got. He'd laugh about it in front of others, and soon enough, a few classmates joined in, making Ben feel more and more isolated. But one afternoon, during gym class, the principal, Mr. Harris, was walking by and overheard Jake's teasing. He stopped and watched for a moment before quietly calling Jake over. "Jake, can I speak to you in my office?" he asked. Jake's stomach dropped as he followed the principal down the hall. In the office, Mr. Harris looked at Jake sternly. "Jake, I heard you making fun of Ben's clothes and shoes. That's not the kind of behavior we expect here. How would you feel if someone treated you that way?" Jake shrugged, trying to brush it off. "I don't know, Mr. Harris. I just thought it was funny." Mr. Harris shook his head and sighed. "Well, I'll be speaking with your parents about this," he said. Later that evening, Jake's parents sat him down for a talk. They had heard everything from the principal and weren't happy. Jake expected a lecture, but instead, his mom said, "Jake, you're going to be wearing a new outfit to school tomorrow." Jake's face lit up, assuming they'd bought him something new. But the next morning, his parents handed him an old, faded uniform and a pair of worn-out sneakers that looked suspiciously like Ben's. Jake looked at his parents in shock. "Are you serious?" he exclaimed. "I can't wear this to school. I'll be laughed at." His dad nodded. "Exactly. Maybe then you'll understand what Ben feels every day. We're doing this for a week, Jake, and no complaints." Jake walked into school the next day, feeling embarrassed, hearing whispers and giggles from other kids. For the first time, he understood what it felt like to be judged. By lunchtime, he found Ben and apologized, admitting he'd never thought about how his teasing felt. Ben accepted his apology, sharing that his family worked hard to support him even if they couldn't afford new things. When his parents surprised him with new shoes afterward, Jake chose to donate them instead, realizing true wealth comes from kindness, not possessions.